What's up? Dynasty back at it again, discussing the game that's only gotten 2 trailers in 6 months. MultiVersus. Now, because marketing for this game has been impossible, shout out to Tony from Player First Games, the co-founder of the team, because Tony's tweets are really all we have when it comes to news updates for the game. If it wasn't for Tony being so responsive and insightful on Twitter, we'd have nothing to work with. So this video will be, again, another Tony Tweets video. So if you like those videos, go grab some water, some popcorn, because we're probably going to be here for a while because there's a bunch of stuff to unpack. And it's only been like 2-3 weeks since our last video. And since then, Tony has been extremely active with the community, replying to a bunch of stuff and giving some feedback. So this video might be kind of long, so you might want to go grab some water or some popcorn because last one was 18 minutes. I hope this one is a lot shorter than that. But again, Tony's the GOAT and he replies to a lot of people. So we got a lot of stuff to unpack. So drop a like if you're still stoked for MultiVersus. And with that said, let's get into it. Now, first things first, when's the next beta and when can I play this game on my consoles? Because again, there's been, what, 2 betas now, and they were only for PC players on Steam. Thankfully, just the other day, Tony was asked that, and to that he said, console crossplay soon-ish. Not just soon, but soon-ish. That's got to be closer than soon. So there you go. If you wanted some official concrete news, this is the best I can give you when it comes to like announcements and news. Here you go. Console players, I promise you can play the game soonish. And funny enough, that's kind of been like Tony's word choice lately. When asked on the 27th of April about some news, Tony said soonish. When asked what's exactly cooking in the next few months for us MultiVersus fans, again, April 30th, Tony said, you'll hear from us soonish. Enrico, who is a fan of SpongeBob, was pretty upset. He said, Tony, you lied to us. No, to me, but also all the fans. You know why I say this? Because you promised me that you will make new trailers and characters on MultiVersus, but instead, 0. So you better tell the truth or I leave the MultiVersus community forever. I not joke. Shout out to Tony. Reply back saying, new trailers are coming. We just made Velma. More new characters are coming. So soonish. Let me remind you guys again that Player First Games is not only developing the game, but doing the whole marketing by themselves. And for the small team, it's kind of a lot. And again, just May 4th, somebody was like, yo, are you balancing the game or making a trailer for us? And Tony was like, both. So soonish. Patience is a virtue. Shout out to the patience that Tony has, because some of these replies, man, I'd be a lot meaner. Just saying. You guys want some rapid fire Q&As that got answered really well? Okay, let's do it. So when asked if random select was in the game, Tony said, yeah, there's a random select option. So boom, like any other fighter, you can randomly select who you're going to use. When asked if we could have AI versus AI versus AI versus AI in a no human match, aka like a simulated battle, to that, Tony said, yes. You already know your boy will be making some tournaments on MultiVersus. Tony was asked if he could disable the color outlines on our fighters in-game, and to that, Tony said, yeah, you can, but for gameplay clarity, it's not recommended. So if you want to just go in there and have some more realism and delete the colors that make everything easier as a player, you can do that. Fresh asked Tony, do we know how many characters will be on the base roster when the game's released at launch? And to that, Tony said, we're still working that out. Tony was asked if GameCube controller support would be a thing for MultiVersus, and to that, Tony said you can get GameCube controllers to work, and a lot of players have been playing on GameCube controllers, but we'll see if we can make it more seamless over time. So, boom. There you go. If you really want to smash it up, GameCube controllers, an option. Speaking of controllers, what if you don't have a controller and you're playing on PC? Can you use your keyboard and still be good? Or are you going to be just, at a disadvantage compared to people using controllers? And to that, Tony said, we support everything and we tried really hard to make it where there's no competitive advantage for whatever you choose. I think the team is split evenly on controller/keyboard currently. I play on keyboard only. Now, when I saw this tweet, I was shook. I'm surprised that Tony plays on the keyboard, but hey, that just goes to show that you could do whatever you want in MultiVersus, play on your Guitar Hero controller, your keyboard, your GameCube controller, your Xbox remote, your PlayStation remote, whatever it is. it might be balanced, and that's a good thing. So, boom. You want some bad news? I gotta give you some bad news. Jojo asked Tony if this game has voice chat or not, and to that, Tony said, not currently. I think there's a lot of trade-offs with built-in voice chat for MultiVersus, so probably best for the time being to use a third party like Discord. So, does this really matter? Well, probably not to most people, but if you don't like using third-party apps, or I guess if you don't want to use party chat systems on your consoles, then you're kind of screwed. But we do have workarounds. The only issue is you can't really verbally ever communicate to your opponents, or I guess your teammates, if you just go in there all alone. So yeah, man, gaming. You play an online game and you can't even speak to who you're playing with or against. Times have changed, but it is what it is, I guess. Speaking of communication, Tony has now confirmed not only just a few localized text languages currently implemented for MultiVersus, but even a few fully voiced languages as well. So communication's important, and I'm just glad to see that even if you can't speak to your opponents and your friends in-game, well, at least you can play the game with the experience you want. So options, we got them. That's a good thing. You know what else is a good thing? Well, the response we got from Tony when asked about if there would be some type of consequence or punishment for those who exited a game early, either it being a disconnect, a rage quit, what have you. To that, Tony said, punishment will escalate over time. I don't want to punish for things genuinely outside of the player's control, but we have to protect the experience of other players. So it sounds balanced, and that's pretty much all I could ask for. We'll see how this plays out in the actual game. Unless you're having internet problems or actually quitting, this should really not even be a big deal. But yeah, it's implemented. Don't quit your ranked matches. There's consequences, my peeps. Tony was also asked about characters having their own victory themes and animations like Smash Bros. And to that, Tony said, we already have custom victory and defeats for every character and every skin. Tony was asked if they consider making characters bigger on 1v1 matchups to kind of have a more Street Fighter-esque feel to it, I guess more up close and personal, because again, 1v1's not a whole team against another team. And to that, Tony said, 1v1 maps are more compact than 2v2. This makes the characters appear larger. When asked if this game is more competitive-oriented or casual-oriented, Tony said, we have some more casual modes here and more coming. Our goal of MultiVersus is to support every player, so well-rounded. MultiVersus, it's free, it's for everyone. Speaking of for everyone, when it comes to characters and skins, how are they going to release skins for characters? Tony said they're going to do a balanced approach. If certain character skins have a lot of interest by players, they'll of course try to make those. But hopefully, we don't leave other characters behind too much. And again, I really hope they don't make it another Injustice scenario where like Batman had like 20 skins and Sinestro had like 2. Like in Injustice 1, just because it's Batman, you know what I mean? Like, I hope that every character gets their fair share of love, obviously. Some more prominent and iconic characters like a Superman, Batman will probably end the game's life with some more skins because they're just popular in general, but hopefully it's not by too much. So, awesome stuff. In case you're new here and think this game is pay to win, it's not. Tony's confirmed yet again for the millionth time that anything that gives you power like perks can only be earned by playing the game. They cannot be purchased, so no advantage for not paying. All characters can be earned by playing the game, or you can purchase them to get them sooner. So again, this game is not pay to win. Gameplay is not affected with money, just cosmetics. Do not worry. Everything can also be unlocked by playing in the game. Did I mention it's a free-to-play game doing this for us? Tony was asked if it would be possible for players to vote on who the next character would be in MultiVersus, and to that, Tony said, probably not the next character to come out, but the next character we work on would be really cool. Now, again, I was shocked to find out that they were using a voting poll, I guess you can call it that, from like Reddit that had a bunch of characters from bunch of WB licenses. I didn't think they would actually look at stuff like that, but they do. They actually read the feedback and stuff. So I don't think a character voting poll is out of the realm of possibility because they want to know what we want. We keep the game going. Tony said it already. So we'll have to wait and see if a character voting poll that's released by the official MultiVersus team is a thing they really do. I hope it is, because I think that'd be a great way to get some established feedback from everybody. And I think we all generally know who would win, Ben 10, but Other than Ben 10, it's all up in the air. So I'd be so intrigued to see that. You know what else I'd be intrigued to see? Velma on the official MultiVersus roster. And I'm not the only one. John Randall feels the same way. He said, Tony, any ETA on when Velma will go up on the website? Keep in mind, it's now been almost, what, 2 months? Damn near 2 months since they revealed that Velma was on the roster, and we don't even know what she looks like. And I've been saying it's not Player First Games' fault, and it's not. The response we got was, I've asked the marketing team from Warner Brothers. I'm not really sure what their timeline is, but I've asked and it's on their radar. So that was April 25th. She's still not on the website, guys. On a lighter note, at least Tony did confirm the amazing job we're getting from the voice actress who is playing the role of Velma. So at least we got that confirmed, finally. You know what else we have confirmed, kind of, sort of, but not really, but kind of? A Founders Edition of the game. So from what I'm gathering, when they say Founders Edition, it's kind of like a early access version of, you know, the final build of the game. So I'm assuming if this game gets released sometime this year, maybe they release like this quote-unquote Founders Edition that drops a couple weeks beforehand. And if you actually get a chance to buy the quote-unquote Founders Edition to support MultiVersus, because again, it's like a free-to-play game, if you spend like 20, 30, 40, I don't know how much it's going to cost, whatever, on the Founders Edition early access to play the game a little bit earlier, you will be granted some exclusive goodies, I think. Now, let's get into what I'm even talking about. So, John Randall said, hey, T, do you have a general idea of what you want in the Founders Edition to include? And to that, Tony said, yeah, weird. I just came out of a meeting discussing this. Reveal soonish. There's that word again. This was at the end of April. Now, Tony was asked again, Tony, the Founders Pack that's planned, will it be a pack that you can purchase or something that will be granted to players that have played the game in test? To that, Tony said, they're for purchase. Players in our playtest will get some other goodies that are permanent. So, boom. If you buy the Founders Pack to support this free-to-play game, you might get, I guess, like early access and maybe like a skin or two. Or if you take part in these betas on the PC in the future when they do the crossplay on console, get those beta tests done whenever that happens, again, soonish, you're also going to get some other goodies as well. So goodies for you paying money before the game drops to get the Founders Edition, and goodies if you just even play a playtest. Goodies for everyone. You can't be upset, right? You better not be. Finally, because we're at the end of the video, let's discuss the characters as of late that have been teased, discussed, mentioned, the characters that may or may not be in the game. So, kicking things off, Urban Knight says, I don't want to ask too much, but is there a chance of Ed, and Eddie coming to MultiVersus in the near future? To that, Tony said, I don't know about the near future, but there's a chance. Now, that kind of broke my heart because that's definitely a trio that I want to see so bad in this game. And with Tony saying not the near future, that just sounds like that's not even in the plans at all unless we demand it. So you guys better start demanding Ed, and Eddie. Just saying. Tony was asked if the Joker makes it in MultiVersus, can you give us Mark Hamill to voice him? And Tony said, I will try really hard. That would make, I think, all of us really happy. Thank you, Tony. Ben 10 fans, this one's for you. So Cross Brawl on Twitter asked Tony, if you were to actually consider adding Ben 10, would you ever have the idea to make an alien a playable character instead of Ben, just like what Brawlhalla did? I know it defeats Ben's whole transformation gimmick, but it's just a suggestion. To that, Tony said, I would want to make Ben 10 so that he transforms properly and is the best version of him we could make. Mic drop. Tony's the GOAT. Tony's the GOAT, bar none. I love you, Tony. Sonic Man on Twitter asked Tony about, well, you could probably guess, Sonic. Could we ever see Sonic the Hedgehog or some other characters from Sonic in MultiVersus? And Tony said, I would love for that to happen. Same. Give me Sonic and give me Shrek. Tony was asked by Big Daddy, do you plan to add more tank characters to MultiVersus? Wonder Woman is the only one right now. Tony said yes to that. Tony was asked, what about Harry Potter? Could that happen? Tony said, hopefully. Boom. Another mic drop from Tony. Finally, last but certainly not least, the last group of characters teased. The one, the only, the Powerpuff Girls. Tony said I'm a fan of the Powerpuff Girls as well, so I hope so in regards to ever seeing them in a game. Going as far as to even reiterating that he tries best to get us the OG voice actors to do the dubbing as well. Tony the GOAT confirmed, but there you go. Those are every set of characters teased within like the last 2-3 weeks since our last MultiVersus video. I'm sure there's a few that I missed, but kind of just focused on things that kind of seem worthwhile and notable. Even just hot off the wire in the middle of me making this video, Tony came out and said he wrapped up design implementation on another character yesterday. Probably stupid OP, but we'll see with some testing, which I hope means a test this soon-ish, starting on the next one today. So it's the weekend, but Tony, hard at work. Love you, Tony. But yeah, everything I got for you guys today. A lot to unpack here. Hopefully you're still with me. If you are, leave a comment that says hot dog. I love you guys so much. Thank you for always coming back and watching these videos. Again, I'm going to try to make these more often than not because the longer I wait, I thought I could do it like every 3 weeks, every 2 weeks. Now it just seems like it's a lot of stuff to unpack. So love you guys. This game is hopefully going to be kicking off underway soon with like marketing and new updates. But again, they've been saying that for months. And again, it's not even the developer's fault. It's the publisher. So what can you do? Love you guys. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for some more updates. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.